rap nasty, look good, just like Muhammad Ali. Roll fast, in my pants, talking cash, I'm a smash. Hold up, out the streets, stay in the streets, all I can do is be me. With Flow Rider, nothing in common, I'm not a B.O.B. Hold up, hustle hard, I'm hands-on, I'm a good guy that could transform. The time I ain't asked for, still sending mail through the hatch form. Different city within a city, more overcrowded than an ant form. Look, don't try this at home. Out my window, I see everything I dream about and wish I had. Out my window, I see everything I dream about and wish I had.
Crazy morning today. And that dollar's falling the last couple hours. I was buying gold. I was starting to buy gold when I saw the dollar rejecting. And gold went for a liquidity grab right before it flipped. It was crazy. Made a huge move up. Crazy situation that just happened. Freaking these types of moves happened to me a couple times this month. Well, this week. Especially the last 2 weeks. Earlier in London session, same thing. Yeah, market just flew up on gold. I sent a trade. And market hit stop loss. I was still holding. And this thing came back. Like this happened. This tends to keep happening to me. Nice liquidity grabs. And then it came right back to the zone. Like, it was crazy. And now gold's up. I was watching the DXY when I was like getting ready to buy. A little bit after 9 o'clock. So like an hour ago. And yeah, DXY was starting to fall and I was like, all right. This could be better timing for gold. Gold was pulling back a bit at that point. And then it just ripped down to create that buy while the dollar was still dropping. And I'm like, man. Ended up being a liquidity grab. Which, I mean, some things I'm prepared for in these situations a lot because the gold tends to do this. The 30-minute was still like holding this low. I didn't know the market was just going to whip down like that, but even it doing that still created some confirmation afterwards. Like, was seeing a good zone for buys here. Market went down, created that, and it's like, if I wasn't in the market before that, it would have been like, yo, there's a signal here, would have like maybe limited time to buy before it just shot up. Like those huge wicks. There was another one in London session around the same area. Gold did the same thing pretty much. Right here. This is on the hourly. And that started a bullish move. I mean, these longer wicks, when you're looking for buys, like me, at times I'll be around the right areas. Even things like this, you get these longer wicks that start the move. Right now there's a long wick on the top, so this thing's pushed up. It hit 5,200. I thought it was gonna hit 5,200, and it did. I was like bullish for the morning. Where is it? I thought it was going to come to 5,200. Yeah, look at this. This is pretty crazy. I mean, at that point, what's going through my head? What am I thinking? Like, I'm looking at the chart and I realize I have very limited time to really decide to close some of these entries. It's like, at this point, you have very limited time to say, I mean, you know, I could close some of these entries, take a minor loss, take a small loss. At a point, if you're in a trade, and let's say you have a good setup, maybe market goes against you, comes back a bit, like when the market hits my, if I have a stop loss, like I don't use a stop loss personally. I'll use a stop loss. Like I'll know, like, okay, if price goes here, I'll close my trade. Like I'll have like a price or an area set. Like if the market goes here, I don't actively put that on. I'll usually just close all the positions at once or some. I mean, ask me how I trade, and I'll have to go through 11 years of experience, right? If you ask me Evan, how do you trade? You know, that's a lot of intuition too, tied into that 11 years of experience. But it's like I've been through this a lot of times, right? Where market can go against me a bit, or maybe a trade doesn't look good. And it's like, I understand in moments like this, I might have just limited time to act here in the sense of taking a small loss, seeing what I can do in the moment. Especially if I kind of can understand what's going on. Like dollar was dropping at this point. Like the dollar was dropping. So dollar was already dropping at this point. The dollar was already made these 3 candles. So the dollar was looking like this at this point. The dollar was dropping at this point. So I'm like, maybe there's going to be a reaction still. It kept dropping, you know, more. I think it brought in that movement a bit lag, but you can obviously see that liquidity grab. But yeah, like what's going through my mind at this point, because it like might look crazy and all, but me here in my head, it's like I have like maybe like 15 minutes to maybe decide what to do. Either I'm like, there's a low here that the market is trading into. So it's like realistically it could hold that low. And like that's why I did right. Like I'm still holding gold. It did some crazy movement. I did right. I'm still in gold. In the moment there, I'm kind of like recognizing, like in my head, I'm thinking like, I see that low. I'm thinking I probably have like 10 to 15 minutes here to either close some of those entries, take a small loss, maybe get out in a little bit of profit on some, depending. So when I hit like I don't just like close like a hard SL, just like always, like me, myself, like sometimes it's like, oh, I'm going to hold it out because it looks like the market just did this. And I mean, like there's experiences like this, like if I wasn't in a trade, I had reason to take a trade. If I wasn't already in, and I saw this happening, you know, the low there, it came to the low. I would have had, you know, limited time to enter. It would have been like limited time to enter before this popped up. So it's like still like this did present the real confirmation of like, oh man, that's what would have been the best thing to obviously see, wait for. But I'm like, within this candle, within this moment, it's like I understand there's, with what the market just did, this low could potentially still hold. And I mean, it did, and then quickly, in this moment, the dollar is still bearish. Like DXY in this moment, still dropping. So I'm over here like, fucking DXY is dropping. This thing's got to go up. Like I'm like, man, the DXY is dropping. It was dropping for a bit up until now. Now it's like flinging back a bit, but you know, brought in a little bit of strength for a moment for gold, enough where it's like at this point, I'm like, at this point, I kind of knew it was going to go up. So I wrote, like here I wrote, I'm still in gold. And you can see my entries, you know, I'm in drawdown here. Added some small ones at the bottom. And that's why I wrote I'm still in gold. And like, I understood what was going on. Like, it's like, I wouldn't hold something like this if I didn't think, like, I wrote, like, the market just went for a huge liquidity grab from the looks of it. At this point, it's like, when I saw this candle, I was like, all right, yeah, it did that. And then this thing ended up flying up all the way to 5,200. I mean, my plan today was to look for buys. Like, if I did stream earlier in Inner Circle, and my plan was to kind of look for buys coming into that New York Open. You can see when the market gets to an extreme point, when there's fear, in the market, when it gets to an extreme point, that's really what can obviously present the best confirmations. Yeah, DXY was pretty much like, to me, like nice and bearish, starting rejection at 9 o'clock. At 9, saw this thing starting to drop at 9 a.m. Like, all right, that's the 9 a.m. candle. It's dropping. I'm like, all right, gold, maybe that comes in for inverse. It did, but it was kind of like lagged. It took like this move first to kind of push into that. Yeah, 9 o'clock is right here for gold. Now, I wasn't buying at 9 o'clock. I was buying at like 9:30, closer to 9:30, I think it was. No, wait. Maybe like, yeah, like 9:27. So like closer to 9:30 was when I was buying gold. So I'm one candlestick off. You know, dollar's dropping. Like, mind you, like the dollar was dropping since here. So DXY was dropping. I'm like, all right, we come back to 75. Telling you, I usually get in before the moves happen. Like, I usually get in before a move happens. And that was that. Like, was buying around. You saw, like, it says 927. Dollar was at that point already dropping. Like, dollar was dropping at 9 o'clock. So like, starting to drop, and I was like, okay. I was watching that kind of form more, watching that drop a bit more, and I'm like, all right, maybe this could flip into a buy for gold. Just took one more down move. I mean, that's New York session. That's why I like to always. That's why I try to send signals in Tokyo, London. New York session's pretty fast. Volatility up and down. And yeah, now this thing's pulling right back. Like, made the move. I was like, this thing should go to. I was thinking this thing's gonna go to 5,200 this morning. Like, maybe we can hit 52, come up to those like closer to 5,200, and it did. That's where there was a sell. Like, it literally tapped 5,200. So I started buying like literally right here on, it was a 9:30 candle. That's where I was starting to buy. I got in a bit early, maybe like literally like 5 minutes early. And yeah, we did run up to 5,200 already. That was where my final target was. Like, I didn't take any more screenshots because this thing was just moving. I got out shortly after this. It pushed up a bit more, and then I got out. And then it tapped 5,200. So I didn't take any more screenshots after this, because this thing was pretty crazy. It went like, I mean, I'm showing you a real raw experience, like being as transparent as I can. Right? I even, in the middle of the trade, I put this. I'm still in gold. This was literally the minute. You can see 9:42. Look at my phone. Look at the time my phone says 9:42. I wrote this at 9:42. Look at my phone. 942. So I'm like, I'm still in. I'm gonna hold it. What's my up? I'm like, this is my update right here. I'm still in. From here, I mean, you could have re-entered. Like maybe, like you can see, I have some what looks like bad entries there, but all of those entries eventually pushed into profit, a good amount of pips. So I already hit the target I had in mind. Like now it's just dumping. And yeah, there's 5,200 like tapped. So yeah, I was buying like right before 9:30. The dollar kind of, I don't know, dollar kind of tricked me a little bit. Saw it dropping. Usually that's when you kind of get those buys for gold. Like if you're gonna look at where buys for gold are, there's probably like two nice ones, like right here. So you can see at 6:15, gold was starting to push up. Dollar actually started rejecting at 6:30. See how dollar ends up making like a rejection, like a bearish move down. DXY. That lasted a bit before it pulled back. So here there probably would have been a nice sell on gold. And then here it's like, it's like, okay, maybe it's going into a buy. You'd think the same thing. And it came, but sometimes inverse correlation, when you're looking at correlation, it can be lagged. Like you could see here, gold actually starts pushing up a bit. This move up. Dollar move down. Even like right now, like gold just tapped 5,200. Dollar has been pulling back the last like 15-ish minutes, 20 minutes. So that's why I was looking for buys. Dollar kind of tricked me. I mean, a little bit. I wouldn't say so much because the correlation came. This move up. Strong, it happened fast. Things can be lagged. You could have something that already starts to move and then it's moving down, and then the more it goes down, the other thing starts to go up. That's sometimes when things are lagged. When it comes down to like inverse correlation, because you have like an inverse correlation with the DXY and gold. Good amount of times, not like Euro USD is literally 90% of the time or more, and like Euro USD. If you really want that inverse correlation, like you really want it, you look at Euro USD. If you really want to look for, even sharp turning points, you can see a sharp turning point happening here on DXY. There's a sharp turning point happening right now on Euro. Right around $1.18. I mean, Euro USD came from what, a quarter level down here around 50. So like that correlation that I was looking at for gold wasn't, it can be laggy, a little bit, not as inverse. Like Euro, if I'm looking at it with Euro USD, let's say for instance, here's Euro USD at 9 o'clock. At $1.17, 750. That's a quarter level right there. 750. That's a quarter price level. So that's actually a quarter point as well. That price, that's a quarter point. So is $1.18. So I mean, if we're looking at that correlation on something like Euro, it's going to be way more inverse. Like here you could see I was looking dollar rejection. Again, I'm looking for buys on gold with that. Was it the most perfect? No. And I mean, it could be like that. Right now, gold just pulled back to the same freaking zone. It's back in the zone. What do you know? It's back in the zone, guys. It's back in the same zone. If you're in the inner circle, you know what I'm talking about. It's back in the same zone. It's in the same zone again. I don't know if y'all want to go for it. It's a spicy morning. A hammer candlestick just rejected. Yeah, like EURUSD would be like probably like over 90% correlation with DXY. You might be good at seeing certain types of rejection on a certain time frame. I'm really good at seeing them on like 15, 30 minute, 1 hour. My eyes are really trained, or like to see them on like the 15, the 30. If it's like bearish rejection. If it's bearish rejection on the dollar and I can see that clearly, like I could use that at times. Maybe EURUSD's in the right spot. Or gold. I use it mainly gold, right? So I know like if the dollar is really turning around or the dollar is looking bullish, it's like gold's probably going to go into like a sell. Pullback. And it did here. Like here dollar ran up. And maybe gold just didn't hit that at like extreme point that like the dollar did here. Oh, she came back to the zone, 75. It did just hit 75 again. Like I bought off this price more than once today. Like I was buying over here. Around trying to buy at 75. That went and then what do you know, like it's one of those moments where the another confirmation presents itself. So if look, I was trying to buy at 51.75 here, and then again this morning. I mean, not perfect, but you could see it. Like my disaster, the thing that everyone like, you know, talks shit about when I lose or when something goes against me. And if the market moves against me, like I'm the devil himself. That's who I become, I guess. Market goes against me, I'm the worst trader in the world now, I guess. So it seems. I mean, there's very teachable moments, because sometimes, like, man, like, it's hard for me to send a trade when another trade when the market's, because there could be recoveries. Like every setup could have a recovery. I go into every setup prepared that like I could take a re-entry. Like maybe I'm wrong and there could be a re-entry. If you look at the last two trades I sent, literally that was key. That was there. Like the last trade I sent here, it lost. Well, like shortly after there was a confirmation, and I was like, it was one of those trades again where I'm like, man, I could send another trade right here. It's like I don't know if the crowd's ready for if that one loses though. The crowd's man, like that's where it's like. Cause I look at the way people react when I send one trade and it goes bad, but it's like, man, there could be a recovery in that moment, and a really good entry. Like might just be a bit early. The setup could still be there. The move could still be there. The last trade I sent, same thing. For 51.75. Look at 51.75 right now. Quarter level. So in that moment where it might seem like there's a disaster going on, there could be a recovery ready. That's how I trade. Like that's how I've always traded for myself. I've taught that a lot. We've had conversations like this a lot. The recovery setups can be there where it's like you could take a trade and you get in early. I mean, market was crazy today. I can't control the market, guys. Teaching you guys, you know, I don't have to send signals. I could stop sending signals and just teach, show you guys my results. Like if I posted let's just say if I posted this screenshot on Instagram today, everyone would be like, bro, why didn't you send us the trade? What's going on? What's wrong with you? Right? So, I mean, I tried. Like, I could just teach. I don't have to send signals. Like, learn. Like, I'm not just here to try to, like, I can't, like, I'm not just here to try to make money for people every day. Like, I can only be right so much every month, every week, every day, every year. So it's like learn, and practice this stuff. If you're just here to copy signals, you're not going to really learn. Because there's people who smashed it today. Like, the people who smashed it today are better than the people that are showing up consistently on every session. Like, the people who smashed it today probably are hearing these conversations, are here showing up, hearing me say these things and learning these lessons and actually showing up. Not just, let me copy paste. The people that are maybe smashing it, actually having results still on their own, whether signals or not, are like the people that are showing up and learning through these lessons too. Because there's still teachable moments. I mean, if I if I posted this on my if I posted this on my Instagram story today, everybody would be like, "Yo, bro, why didn't you send the trade?" Right? Like, I told you guys I was gonna be looking for buys New York session. I said between 9 and 9:30, so like some hours ago. There's been buys now 3 days in a row between like 8 and 9:30. If you look at gold, like, there's been Monday, there was, coming into like 8. I mean, you could even say 9. There was a huge buy Monday. Yesterday, a little bit after 9, 9:30. Today, 9:35. So I was buying like going into 9:30 today. Like, all right, I'm gonna see if New York's bullish. That's like, if you're on the stream earlier I did today, I was explaining like that's kind of like what I'm looking at today. Like, I want to see if New York can be bullish today. Was it perfect? No, but watch this thing. Let's see what happens even more. Like, this thing just tapped 75. That's a quarter level. I mean, see, that would have been the fucking entry right there. Again, same price I called out. 75, 5180, 5175 area. I mean, that would have been obviously because you had like market structure shift here. Quarter level, I teach you guys every day. 25s, 50s, 75s, zeros. So it wasn't a random entry I was looking for. I was using, again, strategy I teach you guys like every single week. Here, that would have obviously been like moments ago. You can see how it just reacted off of 75. I mean, I could send 1-2 trades a week. I'm a day trader. I take like, I'm trying to get into the rhythm of sending all the trades that I see, because there's some trades that I miss, like the flow of that. I could send 1-2 trades a week and that'd be it. But if you guys notice, I'm sending trades around sessions. Last trade I sent was London session. Okay, so there's a setup for London session. Maybe that setup can have a recovery with it. Like, I'm sending setups at sessions because I trade sessions. I trade London session. I trade New York. I trade Tokyo. I'm looking for movement. So it's like, I base my trading off of the time I'm trading, and if there's a setup there. Like, there might be one setup that I see in London Maybe I'm going to have to take a recovery with that setup. Maybe not. Same thing with New York. New York session, it's like maybe I'm seeing a setup there or looking for a move in New York. Recovery setups, like if you're day trading, could be vital. Otherwise, like I gave you guys, like, man, like how much information do I need to give? Like I'm going to keep streaming all week. Like if you guys just want one thing, one little cookie cutter nice thing a week, look, guys, I gave you it at the beginning of the week too, like 5,100. First thing we talked about beginning of the week was if we come to 5,100, let's look for buys. So it's like, how much analysis? Like I do live analysis, future analysis. First thing we talked about Monday, gold above 5,100. I said, now we reclaim 5,100. If it comes back to 5,100, we could look for buys. So if you want like one thing, like I do give out those things all through the week, like those 1-2 things, high probability things throughout the week, not just day trading stuff all the time. Right? We talked first discussion we had this week, guys. First discussion we had was for buys at 5,100. That was the first discussion we have. But we've had many discussions since then. So let's just say this is what if like I could go every week and just give one thing like this a week. Okay, I'm just gonna give one chart a week. Let's just say I go like that. One chart a week, one analysis per week. Will you guys be happy? Probably not, right? You guys will be like, yo, we need more. Like I said, one trade a week, 2 trades a week. You guys will be like, we need more trades. And it's like, there's so much things I'm doing, right? 5,100, first conversation we had this week for buys. I said, go look at the first session I did this week, Sunday before the market opened. We talked about this. I even said after the stream, I'll post it. While I was on stream, I said I'll post it in Discord. I'll post it in Telegram for you guys. This is the first thing I even said on that stream, this doesn't have to happen today. This could happen 2 days from now. Go watch the first stream I did this week, Sunday, guys. I was like, go look at the stream we did yesterday, this one, where I said look for the pullback at 5,200. You know, I'm giving out every day. I'm giving out like perfect analysis, perfect trades. You know, just show up, pay attention. Signals aren't always going to be perfect. You know, it's been a while since I've lost like 2 trades in a row like that. I still held on. So like, I mean, I know a lot of people took some L's. I still held on through. Made 4,000 on this trade. But even like, I followed my plan for the day because this was my plan. My plan was I'm going to buy a New York session and, you know, hold for the day. I mentioned that like 5 hours ago. And I swear to you guys, if I posted, like, let's just say I didn't send the signal, but posted this, everyone would be like, brother. And I would have been like, brother, you don't even know. You don't even know. All right? So, I mean, like, I know people took L's, but it couldn't have been as bad as this right here. I'll tell you that much. It couldn't have been as bad as this. I know people took L's, but it couldn't, whatever your L was, it couldn't have been as bad as this situation right here. You learn through it. I mean, did I ever say trading's easy? No, I said it's simple but hard, right? But yo, like beginning of the week, fam, like I'm giving you guys cookie cutter information a lot of times every day, like 5100 could have just took what, like, if you're looking, like, some of you guys are asking me for like what's the, how can we find the highest probability setups? Well, like something like this. I even said on that stream, this might happen 2 days from now. It doesn't have to happen right now. Like we were looking at it live, and I said, this doesn't have to happen right now, guys. Could happen 2 days from now. And evidently enough, it did happen 2 days from then, pretty much. So, I mean, bro, like, I literally called it 1,000 pip, like a 1,000 pip move for you guys. Like, what more do you want? You know, like, I literally gave you guys 5,100 at the beginning of the week and said, watch that. Like, go on that stream before the market opened and when the market was open, because we streamed twice. We streamed before, it was Sunday. I streamed on Sunday. Look how many times I've been streaming. Bam, bam, bam. And in the inner circle. I've been streaming lives 6 days ago. We're streaming live, all of it, the whole shebang, You guys always asking me what's gold doing. I tell you guys. I don't even, like, well, 2 days ago. Well, looking for the last 2 days. 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 7 hours ago. Not including if you're in the inner circle, right? So I've talked about a lot of different shit on these streams, fam. Like, we started off the beginning of the week, 5,100, like, the first thing we talked about, but I forget the third and fourth. I forget the second and third and fourth thing we've talked about, to be honest. Like, the first thing we said was 5,100. Yo, what's crazy? Oh yeah, like, oh man, see? Oh wow. I told you guys, wait for it to get above 5,100, come back to 5,100, then buy it. Oh my gosh, you guys are spoiled, man. Like, you guys, I'm spoon feeding you guys, yo. Like, I literally told you guys, wait for it to get above 5,100 and get back to 5,100. That was before the market opened. I mean, that was 2 days ago. Seven hours later, market's above 5,100. I'm saying the same thing. Nothing changed. Right, the same thing I was saying on that stream, as it was looking like where the market was. Market was closed here. It was Sunday afternoon. Market, I was saying we could break above 5,100. Go look at those arrows, and then go look at what the market did. All right. So, I mean, like, if you want one good trade, like if you want one good trade, I've given you guys, like, every day I give you guys that one good trade. It's there. So next time we win, I'm just gonna stop. I won't send any more trades. All right. If we win a trade, we win. I'll give you guys a one good trade. All right. But, like, same thing here, 5,100. I literally called out buys there for 5,100 to go to 5,200. There's your damn entry, guys. There you go. Call it a week. Like, told y'all, like, if you're asking if I caught buys there, you're like, if I plan your trade, it's called plan your trade, trade your plan, right? I did those ones in my sleep. That's 1,000 pip move right there, all right? Not even trying, yo. Like, not even trying. Like, I called that out. Like, I do that every week, though. All right? So, like, the more trades, the more setups, the more analysis, the more I do, like, the more. Like, I'm going over stuff every day. Some things I might be early, some things I might be wrong. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right most of the time. That's the thing about me. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right most of the time. 4,200. Like, what do you think I'm going to say with 4,200 next? Like, if we get above it, like over here, if we get above 4,200, you know, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If we get above it, maybe, right? Maybe. I think you guys don't realize, like, I've been trading 11 years, so when I say maybe, it's just like, maybe you guys hear me say maybe and you think I'm guessing. At this point, it's not really guessing anymore. The arrows work. Like, I'm telling you, the arrows, they do work. Sometimes the arrows are early, but like usually the arrows, they do follow through a lot of times. Those arrows. Like the other day, well, 2 days ago, 5,200. Like, I'm giving you guys some perfect analysis just in this week already. 5,200. Over here. Over here. 5,200. The same thing I'm telling you guys right now. The same thing I'm telling you guys we could potentially do right now. I said the other day. Right here. Or is it 2 days ago? 5,200. Look for it to get above, retest. We were live streaming there for quite a while. And as the market, everyone was asking me, what are we looking for on gold? I said, all right. Sometimes, like, you guys, like, when I jump on, you guys will ask me right away, and it's like, I like to get into the groove. I like to watch price. I don't just, if you guys notice, like, I usually ignore most of the chat when I first get on, because, like, I like to watch the chart. I like to get into the groove. I like to see what price is doing, right? I'm not just, like, I didn't just get on and throw this analysis. I watched the chart for a while, and then I was like, all right, now we got something we can maybe analyze, right? After like 30 minutes. Right? I don't just jump on and be like, yeah, we got this. I like to sit and watch and wait, if you notice. And that's why some of my streams are 2-3 hours. Because a lot of times I'm just sitting there waiting, watching price, feeling price, getting a flow of price, the market. I'm not jumping on to open up the laptop and open a trade right away. But even this, from the other day, 2 days ago, 5,200. Same thing we're looking at right now. We looked at over here. Go on that stream, I literally said if it gets above 5,200, you could potentially look for 5,200, 5,190. So, I mean, signals are great, but, like, I don't think, like, you guys gotta realize, like, the amount of stuff I'm going over collectively with signals, like, there's so many other moves I'm even talking about. Guys, whether I send a signal or not, there's going to be trades there. I'm talking a lot about these. If you don't think, like, if I don't send a signal, might be because, like, maybe I hesitated to send a signal, right? But there's a lot of perfect things I'm going over on live. And, like, if you don't think I'm taking those trades sometimes just because I don't send a signal, like, I send you guys majority of the setups I take screenshots of them all, right? So yeah, like, there's perfect things I talk about on streams all the time. Signals or not, like, we went over this. I literally said, if you go on that stream, I said, if we get above 5,200, look for the retest. While we were on stream, it happened. While we were on that stream, it happened. It's like, all right, that gave us, like, I want you to understand, that gave a 400, 500 pip move. There's some traders out here who are, like, there's traders out here, like, There's traders that I see on social media, huge influencer traders out there that can't even send one trade a week. Guys, I'm giving you like fucking bare analysis every week. Like, what does it take for a trade? Like, I'll see traders out there that are glorified that can't even catch like 200 pips, 300 pips in the week. I'll give that in one analysis, like in my sleep, like on a session without trying, like every week, every other day, right? I just showed you guys, like, this was from the other day, right? 5,100. So yeah, like some signals, some trades I'll lose, but what about like the perfect analysis, perfect trades I'm going over? I sent a signal there, literally catching sometimes and giving you guys perfect hindsight of the market before it happens, before these movements even happen, guys. Like, this was Sunday afternoon. I want you to realize this was Sunday afternoon, guys. I said, let's wait for gold to get above 5,100 and retest it. Bro, it hit Tuesday morning. I told you guys this, let's wait for this Sunday afternoon. Right? Like, come on. Like, some of you guys, so like, man, I'm gonna start just teaching. I'm gonna go back to just teaching, all right? I'm gonna just go back to teaching you guys. You guys are like, you guys are spoiled, yo, because I see there's other traders out there who can't even send like one signal a week, a couple signals a week, or a couple markups a week, right? Traders that claim to be like actually like winning that fucking suck at trading. Y'all gotta get with the program. So like, I put in the work. The point is, guys, I put in the work. I put in the work. I show up. You guys got to put in work too. If you're just here to copy and paste, like, okay, that's fine. Put in the work too. Like, if I'm over here finding $5,200, like, guys, that was a 400 pip move the market made. 1,000 pip move from 5,100. I'm out here giving you guys these things in real time, like not after the fact, before these movements happen. Right now, same thing, 5,200. Wait for it. All right, same thing we talked about the other day. Even a lot of the zones, most of the zones I call out, go look at the zones. Go look at what happens afterwards. Like, usually there's entries right after, like the zone I call it. Like, I got in 5 minutes early today. All right, I got in 5 minutes early on gold. If I waited a couple minutes, it would have been much different, right? How that 5 minute candle was moving. But what might look crazy if you're in a trade, especially if you're in someone else's trade, you know, and it's going against you, you might not be viewing those moments as I am, like, because I'm used to those moments sometimes where it's like a trade I took earlier, because we had like this 15-minute confirmation here. Didn't work out. I've taken the same trade, that same place there. I took a trade here. It didn't work out. Shortly after, the market provided literally another confirmation to enter. So like, there's teachable moments in all of these trades, even though they might look bad in moments. There's teachable moments because shortly after, the market still provided a confirmation and even literally came right back to the zone after like the 30-minute went down a bit more. Or the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour was the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour candle. How it ended up forming like a big wick. So it's like, even after, like, a lot of like how I position myself, because it's about positioning. A lot of places where I position myself in, I could have usually like a recovery entry if I'm early. If I'm early in a case, if I don't get at the perfect point. I was looking for buys here. Didn't happen. Market ran down. Ends up making the move. So things are going to happen like that. I reverse engineer things, reverse psychology, and understand like what's happening. Maybe we can get above 5,200 right now. The market's just kind of pushing against there. It already made the move I was like trying to catch today. So like I'm probably not going to call it another trade. Next trade I call will probably be in Tokyo session, London session, New York. So like I try to call it trades based on sessions. So like next trade probably won't be till Tokyo or London. Like I tried, like, fam, I tried. Like I know people are upset, but like I know people are upset because there was an L today. Like I was going for buys. I tried for the buys. I had a crazy trade, New York. I even added to this thing when it went down. I added to it. I saw this thing like bouncing around, and I was like, I added to the position. So yeah, it could have been an even worse day. Look at this. Could have been a bad day for me. Like I probably would have slept it. I probably would have took like a nap for a couple hours and slept it off. And then, yeah, look for the next setup after that. Like, I lost $1,400 over here. Like, I lost $1,400 here. And I just made back 4,000. I made 4,000. I was up 4,000 on this trade. At one point, I was up over 4K, but, you know, pullbacks happen, and then you go to, like, 3,800. At one point, I was, like, 42, 4,300. And then, you know, you go back to, like, 3,700, 3,800, 39, you know. So, like, if I know I can make 4, 5K, 3K, 7K, 8K, 10K on a trade, I know I can lose $1,200, $1,400, $2,000, $2,500, $2,200, right? Like, I know I can lose, and if I know I can make money back, like, I accept the loss, right? Like, I lost $1,400 here. Shortly after, I could have literally re-entered. Like, if you catch my drift. Shortly after, it's like, how do you think I'm viewing the market? Like, when this happens, if I'm taking a trade right here in this area, and I think this is going to push up. I saw the 15 minute rejected here. And then this happens. Like, how do you think I'm still viewing this, right? If that happens quickly, it's like, oh, like, realistically, it's still my zone. There still could be a trading opportunity here. Which there was, with that being said, like, there was. Crazy wicks on gold. Like, these wicks are crazy. Look at the wicks. Those crazy wicks that it's making lately are actually leading to movement, like confirmation of, oh, this is actually the start of the move. These crazy wicks that it's making, like here, are actually, you know, like the extreme point, because these candlesticks hit extreme points. They trade maybe into some other volume. Like we can see this trades into like this low. Same thing, even this morning's candle, like it reached closer to the low here. If you go to the 30-minute, like here, like this morning's wick down, it reached closer to the 30-minute here, and even that one. So I mean, like these candles that seem crazy, that they hit extreme points. I call them like extreme points because it's like at one point this candle was extremely bearish. It would have been down here. You can see the wick. So it would have been an extreme bearish candle at one point. So imagine, was I buying there? No, that wasn't where I was buying. I was buying up here. I just got confused, but similar candle. I was buying here. I just got confused. I was buying here, right? Let's call it crazy candle. We'll give it a name eventually. We'll call it Doug for now. All right. Or Joe. We'll call it Joe. We'll just call it Joe. All right. We'll just call it Joe or Doug, something like that. I call it crazy candle, but I kind of like Joe or Doug better. So like I took a trade there. Imagine if I was taking a trade like maybe down here. Imagine you're taking a buy like maybe on this. You're seeing a big pullback. You take a buy. Maybe you just saw a buy. Like you're like, I got a buy here. I'm going to go for a buy. And then that candle happens. When you're in that, you're probably going to close your trade, right? Get shaken out. Like in a situation like that, if you take a buy, then a candle like that happens, it goes down, you're probably going to close your trade. Stop loss will get hit, right? That's normal. It's those moments where the market could be confirming an entry, where you're having that emotional situation even going on where it's like stop loss is getting hit. Maybe market's looking like it's invalidating the setup or it's going against you. Or even where you close your trade. So like candles like this that seem crazy that are kind of like a lot of times even out of the random. I wouldn't say out of the random, but like they're way out of control than just like gradual price movement, because it can be kind of volatile and have that randomness to it where it's like market's dumping and then it wicks back. So oftentimes, like if I'm taking a trade and if I'm taking a trade and I have like a good zone and I buy or sell and market does some fishy stuff like this, but it quickly comes back to my zone, I'm like, okay, I still might have the same trade here. Like a lot of times I do. I don't know if it's just how I position myself, the strategy I use with the levels, you know, the whole numbers, key levels. A lot of times it ends up being like that for me. And I've learned how to kind of capitalize on that myself. I've actually learned how to turn that into like opportunity, where I've understood myself more, where I've become more self-aware. So like the good things, like a lot of times we're breaking down good trades, winning trades, but these are the best things to break down, which I don't get to talk like this every week. I don't get to talk about losing trades all the time, or like losing periods, because it's not like I'm losing consistently. Like I don't remember the last time I've gone on a losing streak, and I'm not on a losing streak right now. A losing streak for me would be like if I lost 5 trades in a row, or if I was 0-5 on the month. That would be a losing streak. If I was like 0-5. I'm not 0-5. I haven't lost. Like if I have to take consecutive trades in a row to lose, to feel the burn, to feel like, oh damn, I'm losing. A losing streak for me isn't 2 trades. If I lose 2 trades in a row, fuck, that's a regular day. Let's just come back tomorrow. Let me just find if I lose 2 trades in a row, it's not like I could lose 2 trades in a day. That's a day trade. I'm a day trader. I mean, some of you guys might not be used to that, because I don't know. Maybe some of you guys learn from other people who take 1 trade a week and go try to go for a home run. Here's the thing. It's a numbers game, right? But if you're going for a home run, like think about baseball. How many times do they have to go up to bat to hit that home run? On average, you have to, you know, think about like a baseball player, unless you're Barry Bonds. Some analogy here for you. You have to take your hits, right? To get those home runs, essentially, is kind of the point that I'm getting to. So if you're like that type of trader who's looking for that 1-2 home run a week, yeah. But like then you rely on that so much. So it's like you lose what you win, you lose 1 trade, you're kind of like done for the week almost. Like your energy for that trade. Me 1 trade, I don't have that type of energy for 1 trade or 2 trades, because I understand I could find like the things I'm telling you right now. Even if I get in a trade early, let's say I get in a trade early, right? I buy and market goes like it does, you know, Joe comes in or Doug or Joe come in, right? I might understand. I might have a short period of time to understand this is Doug or Joe coming in for liquidity sweep. Or George. We can call him George. George? No, it's Doug. Joe. So Joe, I might have like a period of time to say, okay, I got to close this. Maybe it recovers. Maybe it reacts. But even after that happens, I might be able to understand what happened, especially if the market quickly recovers. If the market like quickly recovers, maybe something like this right here. Imagine if you took a buy here and market does this. You probably would have closed your trade or stop loss would have been hit. Unless like stop loss was at the low, like right at the low. So I guess I'm going to start using the low again, but stop losses are going to be bigger. Stop losses are going to be bigger, all right? I'm going to start using the low. I haven't been using the low for some things. And there's probably like 3 to 5 trades that if I used, like I went against some of my rules because I was like, damn, that's too big. But it would have been. There's a couple trades that if I used the low, would have been fine. There's a couple trades that I got to go back and find which ones. I think there's like 3 of them that if I just used the low for stop loss, but it would have been like a 300 pip stop loss. But it would have been perfect. It would have been a great trade. It would have been fine. Would have made money. So it comes down to that too. Defense. Maybe not being so picky because there's like 3 trades that I sent that if I used the low, the right low, if I didn't get so picky with, okay, I'm going to go a little bit shorter than the low, wouldn't have got stopped out. So it's like kind of like sticking to standard rules too. Can even help with defensive because there's a few positions this month. I think there's like 5 honestly that if I added like 50 pips, if I didn't try to make it a bit smaller, it would have made a significant difference with the trade because it wouldn't have ended up hitting the stop loss and it would have been like a good trade overall for some entries. I think it was like 3 to 5 range. But like, let's say you take a trade here and maybe you close because it's like, oh my God, market's going down. What do I do? That's fine. You could close or maybe you take a loss. For me, I get in moments like this a lot. If I lose or if I close, I get moments like this a lot where it's like it still reconfirms itself, reclaims, maybe comes back into the zone I was originally trading at. Candles like this, often with type of behavior. So like this is as transparent as it gets because like I could come on here and win and talk about my wins and break down the wins, but like I could come on here and talk about real things, real raw lessons about losses too, right? Because I could show you, I could go back on the chart and show you perfect entries. Be like, oh yeah, if you bought here, you would have been, yeah, if you bought here, you would have been perfect. If you bought here, you would have been nice if you sold here, right? This is real in the moment, raw stuff, right? That's happening. And learning how to, like, the lessons, the teachable moments are learning how to respond in those moments. How to respond, right? Like understanding how to respond afterwards, even. Gauging that. You know, that'll grow on you when your skin becomes thicker. You need a thick skin to obviously do that too as well, but there's teachable moments with this stuff because we could look back at some of these losses and be like, you know, some of them were early, 5 minutes early, liquidity sweeps. That shows us the stuff we even want to be waiting for, or it shows us too, okay, if we take a loss, it isn't so bad. There can be something else there, re-entry or recovery. It was like even like London session, same thing happened to me pretty much twice today, right? Same thing pretty much happened to me twice today. At the same price, 51.75. London session. So it's like those things that look bad, right? Where it's like, oh man, what's going on? We could understand more about them. And this is how I actually got way better at trading for myself. This is how I got better at executing, trading over time. Well, it's like we might look at a situation where we buy something and it doesn't work as a bad trade or bad setup, shouldn't have been buying there. And this is the part where traders miss valuable learning lessons. Because it's like most traders will walk away. Nobody wants to talk about losing. Who wants to talk about losing? Like, I don't like in light, like outside of trading, we don't want to talk about losing, right? We don't want to sit there and talk about bad situations, losing. You don't want to talk about your breakup. If you got fired at work, I don't want to talk about it. You had a bad day. You lost. Something bad happened to you. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it, right? We don't want to talk about losses and losing things, right? And this is the part that most traders walk away from with their self too. They become less self-aware. Self-awareness is key. So, like, is a losing trade a bad trade? Not in my eyes. Is a winning trade a good trade? Not necessarily. Is a losing trade a bad trade? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Is a winning trade a good trade? Not necessarily, right? Because you could just click buy randomly, and it could work out for you. And you could just click buy and have no reason you're entering, and it could work out. It could work out. It could work out until it doesn't, or sell. So when you look at losses, when you look at things that you get in early, things that lose, right? It's not about running away from them. Because there's a lot that could happen in the moment that could tell you about where you lost, what happened in the market. Like, right? Like, when you go into detail and you look at the candlestick, you zoom in, you look at the candle, you understand where you were buying, like I was buying here. And what happened shortly after. And it's about the fact that the market was quickly to come back too. Like, it formed that wick and it came back. It's those situations that tell you something. How it comes back into the area, into the zone. So it's like ultimately when you look at it, I was looking for buys at 51.75 today. Let's say I didn't send any signals, any trades today, and I just jumped on right now and said, guys, I bought gold at 51.75 today. Would you guys be thinking it was a good trade or a bad trade? You wouldn't really know, right? So this is where it comes down to, I could go back on the chart and be like, yo, look, if you bought here, you could have bought here, you could have bought here, or you could have, it's like, look, you could have caught a perfect sell up here, or wait, let me find like a candle with a wick. Like, it's like, look, you could have bought at, 53.25 here. Perfect buy at 35.25. Perfect, right? I could go back and be like, yo, you could have bought here. Look. What if you did? Look at the crate. You could see the Joe. I don't know if you guys can see Joe there. There's Joe. What if you bought on that candle or a bit before that candle? Right? Like, meh. It's like there might have been a perfect sell to catch here, right? But like, look at that beautiful setup. Oh wow, that's clean. Like, look at that. Okay, there's a perfect sell there, but what was it perfect? Look at Doug coming in. It's like, imagine if I just jumped on and was like, yo guys, I took buys today at 51.75. If we look at it right now, it's like, oh, not bad. It's like, it was trickier than that. Because I lost a trade. I lost $1,400 here on this candle. Closed it. I said, full stop loss, close, because it went pretty down. Now, I looked at that, there's moments like that where I look at it and market confirmed, shortly after this happens, and I'm looking at the market like, you son of a gun. I didn't want to say the other word. Look, we're breaking above 4,200. Retest may be coming. Yo, yo. What was I saying before? Let's see the 5 minute. Probably going to pull back to it. So what do you think is going through my head? I buy here. Dumps down, comes right back. What do you think I'm thinking? Like, you son of a gun. Or like, I'm sitting there like, you're seriously going for the buy. Like, really? Like, that's the confirmation. Like, I'm sitting there looking at price like, you little bird. Like, I'm sitting there like looking at price like, wow, like it just actually, it's confirming the buy right now. Like, there's no way. Like, now, yep, here's the buy. Like, so it's like, yeah, I could get it early. It happens. It does happen. But when I do, like, there's times where I probably go through the same stuff you guys go through. We're all traders. Like, I've been doing this 11 years. I just have more self-awareness experience, right? So in that experience, there's a little bit more control. Like, I can't control the market, right? But I have a bit more control over my emotions probably than most of you guys, maybe. With 11 years, it's going to be normal, right? Holy, we're breaking 5,200 right now. I tried to give you guys the buy today, man. Like, don't say I didn't try, man. I tried. Like, I fucking tried. Wait for 5,200 retest. Maybe we pull back to 5,200 or 5,195. But let me explain this real quick. 5,200, 5,195. Because like I'm probably going through the same shit you guys go through, but it's just not hitting me as like hard. Like, it's not, you know, I have armor now. I have rhino skin, so like I've built the armor over the years, and it's just maybe not hitting me as much as maybe sometimes when you guys go through these experiences, to where I have the ability to recoup, recover, reclaim, just like the market does. The market reclaims a lot of times. Recovers, reclaims, right? Resets up. All right? So it's a lot of times in those moments where after 11 years, like, you know, I'm speaking from more than just like today's experience, not just today's experience. Like, if you guys follow, we'll probably go through experiences like this more. You'll see it. And that's where kind of mental preparation comes into hand too. Like, I talk like that for a reason, because it's like, probably will go through like something like this again, right? I can't say I don't have that control over the market, right? But it's moments like this where I just took a loss. How am I viewing the market? Like, fuck, this thing's about to go up, isn't it? Like, this thing's about to go up. And I'm going to be honest, in those moments, you honestly have probably limited time, or you are going to miss. So it's like, you're either going to act or not. If you don't act, you'll miss it. And I'll be honest, there's times I don't act. But there, it ends up shooting up right after. So it's like, that's trade. I don't want to say it's gold for you. That's trading for you. That's the market. Whether it's gold, even anything other like indices. Are we getting above 5,200? Maybe. We'd want like a strong 1 hour close above it. So like the key in breakouts like this is watching your 1 hour, your 30-minute, and making sure they get like a strong closure above these types of levels. You don't just want to be looking at like, I could look at the 1 minute and see it broke above 5,200. All right. I could look at the 5 minute. It's getting above there. Okay. 30-minute, maybe. Or 15-minute, maybe. 30-minute. Like, because like, look to the left. What I mean by is, if we look to the left here, see this wick? So at one point this was breaking above. So So the key in a breakout like this now is watching your 30-minute and your 1 hour closely if you're anticipating a breakout like this, and we want more of a successful breakout, not a fake out. You're going to want to gauge more between the 30 and 1 hour time frame. Because if you look to the left here, you could see like this candle, for instance, it pushed it up. It pushed up all the way to here. So it would have been an extreme bullish candle at one point, right? Right? That would have been a strong bullish candle. So it would have looked like it was breaking out. However, it didn't. Oops. So 30, getting like strong closure, like 1 hour, like look at the 1 hour. It's flirting with it. We'd want this like above, and then to try to look for that like pullback, like 5 minute, unless you're scalping, unless you're more of a scalper. And what do I mean by scalper? Someone who just quick reactions, like not long trades. Unless you're like a scalper, more of a scalper, 5 minute time frame here, you could watch and maybe see if 5200 or 5195 area holds. Because it could be a fake out, like 30-minute or 1 hour. Could try to close down, but it does look like it's trying to break out to me. To me, it does look like it is trying to break out. Does look like it's trying to break out to me. So it's something to watch, something to keep an eye on. I got to wrap it up though, so keep an eye on that. That's really all I'm going to look at for now. I'm going to be on later. We're going to do an inner circle session in like 1 hour. I'm going to hop on the inner circle. So if you're inside the inner circle, I'll be live in the next 1 hour. Man, yeah, 89 are the likes, man. If you're in the inner circle, I'll be live shortly. 5200. Crazy how every month we're saying different prices. We're like 42, 40, like saying the 44,000s every other week. We're in the 4,200, 45, now 5,200. Maybe that holds. Like it could be maybe a break and retest using price, like using that whole number, round number, psychological level. But yeah, if you're in the inner circle, I'm going to be live in the next hour inside the inner circle. Keep an eye on 5,200. Maybe there's a reaction on a 5 minute, smaller time frame. If you're looking for like a bigger confirmation, like you could still watch and see if the 1 hour like closes above it. It hasn't. You could see like 1 hour might not close above there. And 30-minute might not. It looks like it's kind of trying to. So that kind of just depends on probably the next 27 to 30, yeah, like the next 30 minutes to 1 hour here. And like if you look to the left, the retest that I caught and mentioned the other day, not that one, this one. That was more of like a stronger close above. But yeah, 5,200 being tapped right now. If you're scalping, like this area could probably get some bounces because it is a psychological price. It is a whole number. You might be able to get some bounces. But yeah, I'm going to be... Or wait, this is public, right? Did I make it public? I think I made this stream public. Is it public? Should be. 5,200 might be trying to get above that. It's a very psychological price, right? Interesting times. Crypto's moving. Ethereum's up, what, like 10%, I think, in the last 24 hours? What's up right now? So what is up? Filecoin is up 22% in the last 24 hours. Polkadot's up 22% in the last 24 hours. Some other coins, Aptos, Uniswap 20%. Avalanche is up 15%. Chainlink 15%. Pudgy Penguin, Solana. Yeah, there's some movements today. Yeah, it looks like last 24 good for crypto. People bought the dips. There was some dips yesterday. People bought Ethereum back above 2,000. 10% last 24 hours. Ethereum. Nice. We're fucking back, boys. We're back, yo. We're back. No. We're back. We are so back. Let's go. No. Let's get it. We are frickin' back, boys. What's Zcash at? Zcash 250. What's Hype at? Hype 28. HVAR 10 cents. There we go. Some movement today, but let's see how the next few months go. It looks like, oh, what did I say? 5,200. What did I say? I said it. I said it. I said it. There you go. That was the buy. Like, if you guys want 50 pip reactions, those are easy. I don't try to send signals for just 50 pip reactions. Those are easy. 50 pip reactions. Like right there, sniper entry. You could be done for there you go. There's your day. Precision 5,200 tapped. That's it. That would be like scalping. If you're a scalper, scalping is like you get a reaction like that, you get out. You know, and it could be a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be scalping. Doesn't have to be long, or you're trying to get like X amount of pips. It's just like you get a quick reaction, out, in and out. 5,200. Are we going to hold? I might take some buys around there. I'm gonna take some small buys around 5,200. Try to hold it out. Try to hold her out. If it pulls back, I'll enter. Any pullbacks, but around 5,200. 52, 52, 52. We might hold, like I did say, I swear, like 20 minutes ago, I said if we get above 5,200, 30 minutes breaking. 1 hour might close above. Yeah, 1 hour might close, actually. It was looking like there for a minute it wasn't going to. But there's still 22 minutes on it. 22 minutes left on the 1 hour. It is strong right now, like it could close above. Same with the 30 minute. But there, like, when you're scalping or you're looking for like the first, if you're looking for the first reaction, you're gonna see on like a 1 minute, a 5 minute. So yeah, 5,200 might hold. I'm gonna go live inside the inner circle. Keep an eye on that 5,200. Maybe look for some entries around there. I'm gonna go live in the inner circle in the next hour. I'll drop the link inside school. I'll drop the link in here, and I'll be live in the next hour. All right, I'll be live in the next hour. We're gonna be live in like